Well, hey guys, hi, this is Brent Abel here, webtennis.com. Looks like I got little flying saucers up above my head here. I guess that's all right. Hope you guys are doing well today. I'm down here in the desert, California desert, Palm Springs area, Rancho Mirage, California, to be exact, at our home here at the Mission Hills Country Club. And, summertime, man, July 2nd, it is toasty. Not as hot as it could be. It's only 100. It's just out there, and it actually felt pretty darn good. One thing I want to talk about today is something that Jeff Jacklich, my partner in crime at our project over at goldballhunting.com, where we are producing a daily podcast. You can watch it here on YouTube over at our Goldball Hunting podcast at YouTube, or you can get it on iTunes as well, and Stitcher if you're into the audio thing. But we are publishing every day a new episode in our podcast, and today's episode is something that actually happened to me today. So I was out there. We got 10 beautiful grass courts here at the Mission Hills Country Club, and so went out there with my wife, Mai, who is a good player, right? Solid 5-0 player. And she hadn't played for a little bit. She's been taken up doing, some other stuff. And so we go out there today, and it's classic, right? It's classic how when you haven't played for a while, you go out there and you're so focused on just what are the real pure, clean core fundamentals, nothing else. And that's all you think about because you haven't played for a while. Well, sure enough, she goes out with me and she kicked my butt. I mean, it was a beatdown as bad as she's ever given me. It was actually kind of fun because she was so excited because she hadn't played for a while. But what we did, and the reason I'm sharing this with you is because Jeff and my podcast today at Goldball Hunting is about the one excuse you cannot use, or the one story you should never be telling yourself because it's so debilitating, and it's just a false belief, is that age, AGE, is a reason why you cannot get any better. And the only thing really that you can't get better at as you get older, right? I mean, over time, is we do lose some foot speed, we lose some strength, maybe some flexibility, some pliability, some jumping ability. But no matter where you're at right now, age-wise, physically, unless you're one of the freak guys or gals out there who are working out every day and doing everything they can, there's always something physically that you can do to become a little bit better than where you are right now. So in that regard, age is certainly not an excuse you can use. But the other thing too is that you can actually play better tennis as you get older, maybe not from, 10 years ago, but in relation to the guys that you're playing with now, the gals you're playing with now, and, assuming they're all sort of around the same age, is that you can get smarter, right? You can start to really play smarter. And the only way you can do that is really by getting out there and competing, right? Is getting out there and putting yourself in the line as often as you possibly can, whether that's in tournaments or league matches or just practice matches, and compete enough to where you start gaining more and more experience. And when you do that, you know what? You'll start to be able to anticipate things better, and you'll be able to, court position wise, be able to challenge where you can't use age as an excuse. I'm sorry, you just can't do that. So the whole thing about you can't teach old dogs new tricks, bunch of baloney. Do not buy into it. And I got too many students who either shoot me an email or I get on the phone and they, in fact, I had one guy today. He said, I'm not spring chicken anymore, 65 years old, so I can't. And I said, whoa, stop. That's not an excuse you can use, right? So especially with technique, especially with stroke technique. And as we get older, the way you can actually have better stroke technique as we get older is by paring something away, right? Trying to reduce the amount of stroke technique, seeing what you can seeing what you can actually kind of cut out that you just don't need, so that you become way more efficient and way more consistent. So anyway, guys, listen, if you've not checked out Gold Ball Hunting, the podcast, again, on YouTube and also iTunes and Stitcher, we got a couple cool things for you. Number one is go over to goldballhunting.com, where you can pick up a private video. It's free, but it's private, that Jeff and I recorded a few months ago, about how do we reduce our skill level range, right? And our skill level range is that thing where one day you go out and you play so well, right? You play at the very top of your skill level range, and you go home at night and you tell your spouse, hey, babe, you know what? I got this tennis thing figured out. And she goes, okay, that's cool. And the next day you go out and you kind of lay a big fat egg out there and don't play nearly as well. Well, that's your skill level range, right? Where one day you're here and then the next day you're down here. And really what we want to help you do in this video, this private video that you can get, is if this is your top, we want to actually help you bring the bottom of your skill level range up to the top, so that day in and day out, you're super consistent. You know what you're going to get out of your game, whether it's singles and doubles, every time you go out there and play. So we're really trying to help you reduce your skill level range. Once you get there, once you start having really a very small skill level range, that's when you build confidence, and that's when you can start to take a step up to the next skill level, rating label, whatever that is. The way to do that, and then the second thing is Jeff and I are also offering a free 10-minute private coaching call on the phone. Just the three of us, a little three-way conference call. And all we ask, since it's only 10 minutes, you got to bring that one thing in your game right now where you really feel that it's a sticking point for you in terms of reducing that skill level range. And we want to help kind of set you on the path so that you can figure it out and start getting the result that you want, which is to be able to play at the top of your ability each and every time you go out there and play. The way to get on that free 10-minute coaching call, private, is go over to goldballhunting.com, drop in your first name, email address, and you'll get, and then click the button, and you'll get access to our online calendar scheduler, where you can cherry pick a date and time that works best for you. On that, guys, hey, thanks for hanging out with me today. Get out there today, help someone else have a spectacular day. And let's tee this up and do this again tomorrow.